Yeah, I'm just going to go off at a tangent on this little video. I'm working on another project right now where I took the old horn off of a motorcycle I'm working on and put a replacement old horn that worked good. This one didn't work at all, so just swapped them out, right? Anyway, I wasn't going to do this, but curiosity tends to get the better of me, and I wanted to know why it wasn't working. And these things are really quite simple, but anyway, it's snowing out. I got extra time on my hands today, and it's starting to slow down a bit as far as the snow accumulation goes, so I figure in about an hour I'll just go out there with the shovel and clean it away. I haven't had to take the snowblower out, knock on wood, for quite some time, but I'm sure I'll have to get that out at least 2 or 3 times before the winter's over. Anyhow, getting back to the horn, I decided, yes, to go ahead and take this apart. So what I did was I drilled out the little rivets that hold it together and took it apart. So what's inside of a horn? Well, let's turn this over. All this piece is a core that lets the sound go around the outside and out through that bell mouth here, which I suppose might make it a little bit louder, possibly slightly deeper anyway. And here is the part that actually makes the sound. It's a little thin diaphragm. Jeez, I get my words mixed up. Anyway, there was a gasket here which I peeled off because that gasket's there because it's supposed to keep the weather out of the horn. But anyway, there is the thing that makes the noise. And right there, brace yourself, all you young fellas, is a set of points. And that set of points opens and shuts, allowing power to go to this coil here. And what you've got here is basically a solenoid. When that coil energizes, it pulls this section right here into the solenoid, pulling that diaphragm down, deforming it. And when it comes down, this piece of insulated phenolic resin presses against the points right here and opens them up, causing the circuit to be broken. So in doing so, the diaphragm vibrates up and down, and that's where you get your noise from your horn, right there. Just that little flat piece of metal. And all these horns have been this way for a very, 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 very long time. Even the old Auga horns that you used to press on used a diaphragm similar to this to make that sound. It was just a plunger with a bunch of notches on it that went up and down past the back of the diaphragm to make that noise, instead of having an electric solenoid to pull it back and forth. So anyways, it's not too dirty in there, but the points were really, really, really messed up, corroded and stuff. So I cleaned them up with a bit of 220 what do you call that stuff, garnet paper. Cleaned them up good. I find the garnet paper tends to not stick to points. If you can use other stuff, but anything with carborundum or anything like that on it tends to stick to the metal, and you have to be very careful to make sure you get it all off. Anyhow, if I turn this over, there's one of the little adjusting screws. That little adjusting screw adjusts how far these points are at any given time. So when the system is relaxed, the points are supposed to be together, but this will adjust this side of the points back and forth. And that big screw on the back, that adjusts how far this core of the solenoid can actually move into the horn. So there's your 2 adjustments. That's what they do. So anyway, this is I've got continuity now going through the coil, so I know that's working, and I got good contact with the contact points now. So I'm just going to cut a little paper gasket out for around here. And then I'm going to offer up the body back onto it and put it back together with some nice little, I would say probably 832 screws would work really well there. And then I'll put some power to it. We'll see if it works. Right. Well, there it is. It's not real pretty looking, but I've screwed it all back together. I actually tapped the body so I could get the screws in there without having to put nuts on the end of them. So that worked out pretty good. Now, let's see if this thing is going to work. I have no idea. Well, that doesn't need anything. Right, well, I'll just clean this up, give it a quick coat of paint, put that back in the parts drawer for the next time I need a horn. Okay. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this sort of thing, it would be nice if you could hit the like button, maybe subscribe. Feel free to put something nice in the comments. Any questions, any suggestions, I'm open to that. So, like I say, thanks for watching. Be good to each other, and we'll see you next time.